I am making baked chicken drumsticks. Now, first thing I'm going to do is make my spice mix. So, bring this down. Take that. Take my dry spices. I was just watching a video about all the wrestlers who passed away and what their kids are doing now, or a good bunch of them anyway. More well-known names, I guess, and what their kids are doing now. Ones whose kids were kids at the time, and it was interesting. Okay. Just a tiny bit of chili powder. I don't go crazy with the stuff because I'm not a heat girl. I do like the smell of that though. This is no salt seasoning mix. Now they did it real basic and I changed it up just a little bit. I changed it up a lot actually. Oops. This is paprika. They used smoked paprika in the recipe that I found. Turmeric. Garlic powder. And you really do want to use garlic powder because this is my chicken seasoning that I created. Because a little cilantro. I like cilantro with chicken. Oh God. Alright, I can save it. I can save it. Oh. Well, thank the good Lord that it did not spill on the floor. It spilled on the table, so it was easy to save. And we won't have that. Actually, you know what? I'm just going to get rid of it. Start over. Because still happens. Okay. Gonna probably full so it's not wet. Because then the dry seasonings will stick. So let's start over. Okay. I'm going to go back through the ones I already did. AEW is amazing. This is a cracked Italian herb blend, which I hadn't done before. There we go. For Oktoberfest, I will be making, this is the same, no salt. There we go. No, let's not do that again. Okay, chili powder. I only want a little bit. Just enough to smell and taste a little bit. Okay. Paprika. Go. Turmeric. Turmeric I do a little bit more. It doesn't really have flavor. And this is my chicken seasoning that I created. Let's go to the garlic powder. Yeah, as I was saying about using like garlic powder and stuff like that, it's because you really don't want garlic to burn. You don't want anything to burn. Cilantro. Okay. There you go. small shakes. This is chives because I don't have any onion powder. I have onion, but I don't have onion powder, so I'm going to use chives. That's going to be so pretty. Now let's do the fresh. These are pastes made for cooking with. That's Italian herb, and that's basil. This is parsley. Sometimes they get you the biggest bunch of parsley, and sometimes they get you the tiniest bunch of parsley. It just depends on who does the shopping, I guess. And of course, since it's chicken that we're making, we need sage. And you can use dried, but I'm gonna just pull apart some fresh. Oh, that smells deep, foresty. Not an herb my mother would necessarily get behind, but because she doesn't like earthy herbs, didn't like earthy herbs, so sage would have been a no-go for her. Here's the thyme. Oh, that time is gone by. I mean, sure, I could find useful bits, but I have fresh thyme right here. I'm going to show you a little trick that I learned from Rachel Ray. You take a sprig of something like thyme, and you take your hand and you go backwards down the stem, and there's your thyme. Oh, that smells good. And thyme again goes with chicken because thyme tends to be lemony. If you want your thyme even more lemony, look for lemon thyme. I don't know where to tell you to find that, but yeah. Oh, come on. Rosemary. I'm going to do the same thing with the rosemary. I'm just going to pull it off, and I'm actually going to break it up just a little bit because rosemary has a tendency to be pine needles. Good tasting pine needles, but pine needles nonetheless. And this is oregano. Oregano, I'm just going to take a piece and tear it up because the leaves are tiny with the oregano, so I'm not going to worry about like tearing up the leaves. I wouldn't go too nuts with it though, otherwise you're going to taste like it's going to taste like you dipped your chicken in flowers. That's the only thing about oregano. Okay. I need olive oil. So just get the chicken and the olive oil. That goes over here. My oven is preheating. Okay, I need a spoon. Give this a bit of a mix. I use the wet herbs to mix in the paste to mix in the other stuff. They say to put this on there to make it stick, but I'm also going to put a little bit in here to mix it because otherwise you could lose some of your herbs in the bottom of the video. There we go. Okay. Then what you do is you pour the olive oil over the chicken. Yum! It's almost going to fry it in the oven. I am going to do one thing though. I should have done it before I put the oil on it. I'm going to pull the skin back. I'll replace the skin after I put the herbs on because I want the herb flavor in the, there we go. Put the skin back on. Okay. Peeled the skin back, and now I push the skin back up, and I can put some herbs all over the skin. Now, nobody said to do this, but you have to remember what skin is. Skin is your body's protection from the outside. If you try to herb up something from the outside and you don't get it under the skin, guess what? You're not getting the flavor that you want on the actual meat. Skin is the raincoat for your internal organs, basically. I know that sounds weird, but it's true. It's your raincoat. I mean, without it, it wouldn't last very long. It's a large part of your immune system. And we have preheated. Now, you put this in uncovered. Let me actually show it to you here. There it is. So I pulled down the skin, then I pulled the skin back up. In fact, let me make sure it's pulled back up on top of that. It is. Okay, there we go. See? So I put that in the oven. I'm going to wash my hands again. Put this dang chicken in. That's very important. Now I'm just going to have rice with this. Because my stomach has been so bad. I'm going to say 45 minutes on that. Okay. So, I am going to put away all my herbaliciousness here. And excuse me. And we will do a daily journal. So. So thank you so much for joining me. God bless you, and I'll see you soon. Please subscribe. Bye, guys.